Good morning. We're in Exodus 16:23. Exodus 16:23. And he said unto them, Take this. No. And he said unto them, This is that which the Lord hath said, Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seeth that ye will seeth, and that which remaineth overlay up for you to be kept until the morning. Let's check over here on that. 1623. And by the way, anybody who's new here, just seeing this video, we've done every word of the Bible up to this point. You guys are just now getting on board or just seeing this. We've done every chapter, every word leading up to Exodus, and we're not stopping till we get done. We might skip over Psalms or something like that. I doubt it, though. 1623. So anybody who's just seeing this video, we've done everything up to this point. We're on YouTube at Preach Facts. We've done every other word of the Bible, but now we're in Exodus. This is not just a random Exodus video. We've done everything else first. Facts. In order. He said to them, This is what the Lord has commanded. Tomorrow is a day of solemn rest, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Bake what you will bake, and boil what you will boil, and all that is left over lay aside to be kept till the morning. So they laid it, okay. And they laid it up till the morning, verse 24, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worms therein. Okay. So what happened, y'all, was, okay, they're in the desert. They came out of Egypt. They've got nothing to eat. For a quick recap, they start grumbling, Moses, you brought us out here to die. Okay. We're starving. We have no water. Okay, here, boom, strike this. Now, let's fix that. Here's a sign. Here goes clean water. Okay. Oh, here goes food from the sky. We have manna. Here's a sign. Here's okay. But what happened was the supernatural part about this. For one, they're getting manna from the sky that they've never seen. But any other day of the week, if they keep it over a 12-hour period, it runs rancid and becomes worms, and it's basically cursed. But this same stuff on this certain day, they're going to be allowed to keep it because there's no working on the next day. It's a Sabbath. So the same stuff that turns rancid will not turn rancid on this day, simply because the Lord is declaring it to be kept another day on that day. But any other day, it's not allowed to be kept for the next day, because they're going to get fresh every next day. And some of them did keep it over. They said, oh, we're going to be doing our own thing. We don't believe you. What do you mean we can't keep it? There's so much. I want to keep a snack. Okay, you keep it. It ends up stinking. It runs rancid that fast. It becomes worms, and it stinks. Okay, so it's going to tear you up. It's going to be terrible. Yeah, it's cursed. But that same stuff that's supposed to be running rancid over 12 hours, this special day, it's not going to. Hello, you should be saying to yourself, wow, this is a obviously God is really showing himself through this miraculous thing, obviously. So I'm trying to point out the significant thing there. And I'm going to say it one more time, maybe a couple more times. God has given them supernatural food from the sky. Every day it comes, they're allowed to have 15 cups per person, which is an omer. He says, do not keep it for the next day, because I'm going to give you fresh for the next day. If you try to keep it, well, if you keep it, it's going to turn rancid. Okay. For the next day, because I just told you not to. Okay. But on the Sabbath, that one day, y'all keep a little extra that day, basically. And it's not going to turn rancid that day. I mean, can't you see there's something very significant there? So, for one, I'm telling y'all, hey, obey me. Just follow my instructions. I'm going to give you fresh every day. Don't be greedy. Just trust. But just to slap y'all in the face to show y'all how much in control I am, today I'm going to tell you that you need to store up some more this day. So the very thing I'm telling you not to do, I want you to do this day. Just to show you I'm the boss. Okay? So y'all, yeah. The very thing I'm telling y'all not to do 6 days a week, on this very day, I want y'all to do that. And it's and the whole performance of that product, the food, is not going to perform on a regular scale. It's going to disobey the laws of physics on that day and not turn rancid. Okay, because we're not going to work on the Sabbath. We're not going to be out there picking up manna like we do every other day of the week. Today we're going to rest and recognize this as a symbol, as a memorial to this day. Yeah, and it gets wild, but yeah. Okay. Whew. And yep, moving on. Okay, and they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is a Sabbath unto the Lord. Today ye shall not find it in the field. We just went over that. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the seventh day, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall be none. 27. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day for to gather, and they found none. Okay. And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the seventh day. Okay. 28. And the Lord said unto Moses, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? So, okay. So what happened was, y'all, like we said, he just told y'all aren't supposed to be gathering on the seventh day, but guess what? Y'all are still out there trying to gather. Now, I'm just saying, they're never gonna do right, apparently. And that's humanity for you. We're never gonna do right. I don't care how good things are, somebody's gonna mess it up. I've seen that in institutional settings. You might have a great officer. Everything's cool, everything's laying back. Guess what? Somebody's gonna mess it up. It's just part of nature. Murphy's Law. I don't know what it is, but okay. See. See, 29. See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath. Therefore he giveth you on the 6th day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So the people rested on the 7th day. 30. 31. And the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And I'm pretty sure this is to symbolize how when the angel of the Lord passed over. Now I could be wrong, but they were told don't come out the house that night. Put the blood on your doorpost. Do not exit the house. No, do not leave your house. Put the blood on the doorpost and stay in your house. You know, and to me that's almost a symbol of a parallel to Christ. Yeah, Christ is our lamb. He's our covering. But guess what? Stay in the house. You don't just slap blood on a doorpost and you're good. No, you have to stay in the house that night while the angel of death comes through. You stay in the house. That's an order. Okay, and when I look at that, I look and think of Christ, and I think, yeah, Christ died, but you need to stay in the Christ. Oops, sorry. And just like here, he said, no, don't come out on the Sabbath. I'm going to give you bread for 2 days so that you're not starving. Yes, the same bread that spoiled any other day of the week. Now I'm telling you to keep it another day, and it's not going to spoil this day because I'm God. I have supernatural control over the physics and the behavior of the chemical properties of this stuff. I can control it. I'm showing you right here again. No, it's never enough. Okay. He didn't say when y'all put the blood on the doorpost in Egypt, oh, just put the blood on the doorpost, put it on your forehead, you're good. No, put it on the doorpost, stay in the house, do not cross the threshold that night or until further notice. Okay, to me that's an image of I'm not sure. I'm gonna leave that alone because it is face value. Christ is our Passover lamb. That's just a common parallel. That's common. When you put the blood on the doorpost, you stay in the house, inside the threshold, and you're ordered not to come out for the sake of your life. How can you be protected if you're not in the house? That goes for me or anybody. So the people rested on the 7th day, and y'all, this is where the Sabbath is initiated. This is the Sabbath. Okay? This is the Sabbath. Period. It symbolizes a lot, I'm sure, and we may not get there yet. But what it's all going to mean? I mean, we know God rested on the seventh day from working. He created the earth and he rested. 7 is a symbolic number. It's God's number. 6 is man's number, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, now I don't get into all that stuff, that numerology stuff. It's not healthy. I don't believe so. So witchcraft and all that stuff. We don't get into all that. Yeah, you're gonna get powers. Yeah, they're spirits. The problem is people want the spirituality without the holy. There's plenty of spirits out there that aren't holy. And there's plenty of powers out there that aren't holy. But guess what? They don't last. They don't last. People want the spirituality without the holy. Oh, we're palm readers. Oh, we're this, we're that. Yeah, you found out some divine essence. Yeah, you're tapped into something, but it's not holy. Yeah, facts. Clairvoyance, all that stuff. You're tapped into something real and spiritual, but it's not holy. People want the spiritual without the holy. Preach. It's not going to go very far. It's not. It's not. It's not. That's why you see capital S with the Spirit. Capital S, the one Holy Spirit. You can find a lot of spirits out there that aren't holy, that you can get power from and do things. Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Okay. And Moses said, "This is the thing which the Lord commandeth. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt." Now, I'm pretty sure this is the one they're going to put in the Ark of the Covenant later. But and Moses said unto Aaron, 33, "Take a pot and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations." 34. As the Lord commanded, as the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. The testimony. And the children of Israel. It's a capital T, testimony. We're going to move over here and look at that. The testimony. That must be something like a, let's see. 1634. Let's look over here. It's a testimony, but over here it's not a capital T. Okay, over here it is a capital T. The testimony. It's the testimony, you know? Whoever that is, I guess that's some special place where they keep memorials, or before we have altars or anything like that going on here. Okay. The testimony. Okay. To be kept. Capital T in the King James. Anytime you see capital stuff like that, it's important. Let's get the full meaning here. All right. And the children of Israel, 35, did eat man. Did eat manna 40 years until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came into the borders of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah. Another measurement. Okay. We already looked that up. We're ahead of the game. We're ahead of the game. And Omer is about 15 cups of dry goods. It's a lot of food for a person for a day. It's enough, to say the least. You're not going to lose any weight. Okay? All right. Now we're done with 16. Okay, we're going to cruise right on into 17. Okay? Now, and all the congregation of the children of Israel, 17:1, Exodus, journeyed from the wilderness of Sin after their journeys according to the commandment of the Lord, and pitched in Rephidim. And there was no water for the people to drink. Again, it looks like. Wherefore, the people, verse 2, did chide with Moses. Chide. And said, Give us water that we may drink. And Moses said unto them, Why chide ye with me? Wherefore do ye tempt the Lord? So it's been 40 years, I think. They've been, just kind of getting kind of boring out there, I guess. But God is with them. There's a pillar of a cloud in the sky, stuff like that. If I'm not mistaken. But it's all they know. All they know is this supernatural stuff. So, like I said, God doesn't make himself so known in the world today like he could, because it doesn't change anything. God was still here with them with pillars of cloud and bringing them manna, is acting supernatural. Anytime something becomes normal, it goes right out the window. So here you can see God was with them. They had their traditions. They have eyewitness coming out of Egypt. But guess what? That's become their normal thing. They don't even care anymore. I don't want to say they don't care. I'm trying to give you different lines of reasoning. That just because you see a sign or whatever you need to see doesn't mean you're going to change anything. Okay? God knows what you need to see. He knows what will get the job done, what won't. If the Christ won't do it for you, if Preach Facts doesn't do it for you, maybe hell will do it for you. I don't know. We'll see. That goes for me or anybody. Oh, we got a resurrected dead guy here. We got a church on every corner. We got a pope. We got Islam. We got all this stuff going on. But nope, we don't. It's not enough for us. We're good. Okay. All right. Okay. Much like these guys, they came out of Egypt with the Red Sea parting. They got manna coming from the sky. They got a pillar of cloud in the sky. They got all kind of stuff. We got memorials. We got Passover feast. All the kind of stuff happening to memorialize things. Nope, it's not enough. We still don't believe. We still have to do our own path here. They say, nope. We're chiding with Moses. We're not satisfied. Okay, we're chiding. And Moses is telling them right here, don't y'all see who you're messing with? Okay. Do you tempt the Lord? Okay. Moses is the voice of reason here. Alrighty. And the people thirsted there for water 3. And the people murmured against Moses and said, Wherefore is this that thou hast brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our cattle with thirst? Nope, blame Moses. Oh, Moses. We don't see the bigger picture, and I don't blame them. You know, it's tough out there. You can understand their frustration, and it's easy to say in hindsight that they weren't being faithful, but if in reality, if we was in their shoes, we probably would be saying the same thing. Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, he's God, but look where he's got us. This sucks. Yeah, this sucks. If this is any kind of life, we don't want it. That's what I'm thinking they're saying. That's probably what I would be saying. Oh, we're out in the desert. Yeah, we get our stuff, but wow, I mean, really, this is it. So, just saying. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, What shall I do unto this people, that they be almost ready to stone me? Verse 5. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go on before the people, and take with thee of the elders of Israel and thy rod. Go on before the people of Israel, verse 5, and take with thee of the elders of Israel and thy rod wherewith thou smotest the river, take in thine hand and go. Behold, I will stand before thee there upon the rock of Horeb, and thou shalt smite the rock, and there shall come water out of it, that the people may drink. And Moses did so in the sight of the elders of Israel. And he called the name of the place Massah and Meribah, because of the children because of the chiding of the children of Israel, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, Is the Lord among us or not? Chiding. I'm pretty sure it's grumbling, complaining, chiding. 17:7. Let's just look over here to see what it says in place of chiding. It should be grumbling. Quarreling. Okay. Complaining, rioting, whatever you want to call it. They're not very happy. Okay. We might be able to finish this. Let's see. Verse 8. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses, verse 9, said unto Joshua, Choose us out men and go out, fight with Amalek tomorrow, and I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in mine hand. 10. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him, and fought with Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur, Hur, went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass, when Moses held up his hand, verse 11, that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. 12. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. In Joshua 13, discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Let's look on that. 16 discomfited. 16:14. No, 16:13. No, 17:13. And Joshua overwhelmed Amalek. Okay. Okay. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi. 16. For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek for generation to generation. Now this could be, and we know that Israel is still fighting to this day. People don't understand, and I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't know what they're fighting about. But it's pretty much an ancient battle and spiritual warfare, I'm sure, going on. But this stuff has been prophesied about for forever, and I don't want to speak too much on that. But okay, 15. Let's look over here. 17:15. It's basically religious differences. You got Islam and you got Israel. They're pretty much the same people. They just have different culture. You know, we're all the same people. We all go back to Adam. We all go back to Noah. The Lord is my banner. Okay, that's another name for Jehovah Nissi. Okay. The Lord is my banner. Okay. So we're done with 17. So what happened was, guys, is that okay? Moses said, "Go down and fight." Joshua is as their general or whatever, but Moses is up there, basically like a puppeteer. He's got his arms up, and he noticed that when his arm was down, they would lose, but when his arm was up, they were winning. And he got tired. Well, they gave him a rock to sit on, and they both, Aaron and somebody else, they held his arm up. I mean, look, and they prevailed. So I mean, it is what it is. And you can take away what you want from that. It's just facts. Let's look over here on that to get some clarity on that. Okay. Moses and Aaron and Hur, H-U-R, that was the other guy holding up the arm. Whenever Moses held up his hand, Israel prevailed, and whenever he lowered his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands grew weary, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it, while Aaron and Hur held up his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side, so his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. And Joshua overwhelmed Amalek and his people with the sword. Okay, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it, "The Lord is my banner," saying, "A hand upon the throne of the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation." So we're gonna have an early day, y'all, because I gotta go to work. We normally go 50 minutes, but we've just completed chapter 17, so that was a good stopping point. And there's gonna be some stuff in here, some wild stuff, like that. But we're on YouTube at Preach Facts. YouTube at Preach Facts, TikTok at Preach Facts 7. I don't know what happened last night, but the followers on TikTok went up like 50. I think most of them are scammers. They'll come in the chat box. And they have no profile, no videos. Most of those people are scammers. If they don't have videos of themselves on there, they're not real. So most of those people are just scammers, but that's okay. Maybe we'll reach a scammer somewhere. I got nothing to steal anyway. So the followers are jumping up on TikTok. If this thing could just perpetuate a little bit more, guys, share the video if you're getting anything out of it. If this thing can perpetuate just a little bit more, we'll be off and running. We'll be good. All right. If you're on your way to work, you're listening to this daily, it's going to be something fresh every day, that kind of thing. I appreciate you guys out there. If anybody listens to the videos, we're going to keep going. We're making headway. Where do you see a study like this? Where do you see a study like this? Okay. So I'm going to spare y'all today 10 minutes. But I'm not going to hold anything back on y'all. Anything I can see that's going to be relevant, anything I can see to call y'all on, to call myself on, I'm going to call y'all on it. But we're done. We did 17. Have a good day.